Welcome back, and in our previous video we looked at calculating our ordinary share capital and our preference share capital, and we were looking at calculating the share premium because our purchase price of $360,000 was settled by shares only. The company did not pay any cash for the partnership. They only issue shares to the partners. So they issue ordinary share capital and preference share at a premium. So we calculated that the ordinary share capital was $310,000 and the preference share capital at par was $30,000, which gave us a total of $340,000. But our purchase consideration was $360,000. So therefore our share premium would be equals to, our share premium would be $360,000 minus the $340,000, which gives a share premium of $20,000. Now this $20,000 in share premium will be distributed to the partners of Pam, Lam and Tien, just exactly how the preference shares were distributed, because the share premium is on the class of shares called preference shares, and if the premium is on this class of shares, then it would be, the premium will be shared in the agreed capital balances of the partners. However, if the premium was on the class of ordinary shares, then that premium will be shared in the profit sharing ratio. So to be clear, if the premium is on the ordinary shares, then the premium will be shared in the profit sharing ratio. And if the premium is on the preference shares, then the premium will be shared in the agreed capital balances of the partners. So this one is in the agreed capital balances of the partners. So we're going to share that $20,000 accordingly. So that would be $20,000 times 128 on 320. And for Lam, again, $20,000 times 120 on 320, and for Tien it will be $20,000 times 120 on, times 72 on 320. So let's do our calculations with our calculator. 128 divided by 320 multiplied by $20,000, that is $8,000 for Lam. Tien times $20,000, that is $7,500. $7,500 for our Lam, and Tien 72 divided by 320 times 20,000. That is $4,500 for Tien. So $4,500. So let's record this now in the capital account of the partners by debiting the capital account, and the share premium account in Apex Company would be credited. So share premium for Pam, $8,000, for Lam, $7,500, and for Tien, $4,500. So we've recorded the premium. So we want to also now continue to bring our capital account to a close, and we also want to close off the bank account for the partners. So we have, let's look at what the question also stated. The question stated here that Tien was declared bankrupt. So Tien was declared bankrupt and was unable to settle the deficiency on his capital account. And we state in the dissolution teaching that if the partner cannot, that is insolvent and cannot settle their debt, the other partners must take on that debt according to the last agreed capital balances, and this was because of the Garner versus Murray rule. So let's find out how much Tien is bankrupt by calculating his capital account. So let's go to his capital account. Tien, let's look at his credit side. Let's add up his total on the credit side. So get me the calculator. On the credit side, he has $14,310 plus $12,500 plus $93,000 plus 6,750 plus 45. So his total on the credit side, debit side, sorry, is $131,060. And we can see clearly that his credit side is less than that. His credit side is only $76,500. So let's put in the total for him. 131,060. This is his total. So let's go to his credit side and put that total, because our total debits must equal our total credits. So 131,060. Let's find the difference between the two sides, because you said this is $76,500. So 131,060 minus 76,500. So his debt, Tien debt, is $54,560, and this must be shared between Pam and Lam in their agreed capital balances. So Pam and Lam have to share $54,560 for Tien. So we're going to come on the credit side and put Tien, and because these two partners must take on this debt. So let's see their agreed capital balances. Pam's capital was $128,000 and Lam was $120,000. So we have to add now the $120,000. So let's look in at the calculation for the insolvent or bankrupt partner. So we did that. So we have to look at amount to be taken on by Pam and Lam equals $54,560, as we see here that we just calculated. So, and that must be done. This must be shared in their last agreed capital balances. Okay, so as I said, Pam 128, Lamb 120. So let's add those two figures together. 128 plus 120, that is 248. So let's look at what Pam would take on. So Pam will be 54,560 multiplied by 128 divided by, so I forget again, 248. 248, and Lamb would be 54,560 multiplied by 120 divided by 248. So this is how they will be done. So let's see the amount that Pam has to pay for Tien and what Lamb has to pay. So let's move the calculator around. So that will be 128 divided by 248 times, hope I calculated correctly, 54,560. So Pam has to pay $28,160, and Lamb would pay the difference. So that would be 120 divided by 248 divided by 54,560, which is $26,400. So that would be $26,400. Okay, so this is what they would have to pay for his debt. To settle his debt, they have to pay out that money. So we're going to debit their partner's account. So $28,160 for Pam and $26,400 for Lamb. So now we are going to look to bring these capital accounts to a close, and by looking to see if they have to pay any more money into the bank or if they will be paid. So let's look to close them off by adding the debits and credit sides. And here, so the credit side, 124,000 for Pam, plus 12,000 plus 8,000 plus 28,160 is $172,160. And we can tell that this credit side is not that amount. So let's enter that figure for the total for Pam, 172,160, and put the same on the debit side. So let's write here bank, and we have to subtract these figures from this figure to see how much he has to pay into the bank. So that is minus 128,000 minus 6810 minus $6,000. So he has to pay 43,000. Am I correct? 43,350. Let me look at that again. 172,160 minus 128,000 minus 6810 minus 6,000. Let me go over that again. When we come back, we would look at completing, see how these accounts will be completed. So we will also then look at preparing the statement of financial position for the new company, which is called Apex Limited. So when we return, we would have this capital account completed, and we will look at completing starting the statement of financial position for the new company called Apex Limited. So see you in a few minutes.